Yes. Let's see.
Fantastic. Sean, what I would love you to do is just give a little bit of information about the peptides, about the information, about the trip to Norway, the extraction process, and why you're so excited about this project and this TriGLP product.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're super stoked with all of this that's going on. We were fortunate enough to have this patented, extraction process of plants, foods, mushrooms, etc., that we've been working with for about 15 years now. And it is very unique because when anyone extracts something and they put it, let's say, into a dropper bottle, they're really adding other things into that bottle, all of them. So if it's some type of carrier oil, maybe when everyone, like CBD, let's say as an example, they're using chemicals to extract and they're adding oils into the bottle as a carrier oil. And when you do that, you're taking away the real medicine from Mother Nature, right? And so the uniqueness about what we do is, since we don't add any carrier oils or we don't put alcohol in the bottle, all these things that every single dropper in the world does, then you have something that stays whole. And when you have something that is whole, less is more, less is needed. And so what we're doing here is it's amplifying the absorption, and you're pretty much bypassing the digestive system. So when you'll take people maybe have said CBD, they would take an oil, they would take a dropper full or whatever it is, put it under their tongue sublingually and hold it there. And the reason why is they're trying to get that oil to absorb into the body. In reality, that's a very low percentage that actually makes its way in. And so we have a very high absorption rate, and you don't have to take it sublingually. You can put it on your tongue, you can put it under your tongue, and it's just going to dissipate. You are going to get all of what's in that bottle into your body, and you're going to get it fast. And so the beauty of all of this is you may have heard of the term or the words when people say microdose, and now you see it even maybe with GLP that's out there. That's not accurate, because a true microdose is simply that, a microdose. And so you're talking just a handful of drops rather than a dropper full or more, because the absorption is so high. So we're amplifying what's in that medicine. In this case, it was an amazing trip. Salmon. And when we went out to Norway for the first time about a year ago, we were blown away. We've been doing this kind of holistic world, if you will, for the last 25 plus years, which originally started out with gut health, when there was no such thing as gut health, and we were just kind of laughed at in the beginning. And so we've seen pretty much everything, and so when we got out to Norway, we didn't really know what to expect, and ended up having our mind blown a handful of days, a week or so out there, because they had their own
super sustainable, efficient. Well, and then we're kind of.
Hey, Sean, unmute yourself real quick.
Oh, you muted us? Okay.
There you go. So when we got out to Norway, I've been known as like the enzyme queen. I was super happy and pleased to find out that they use an enzymatic process to liberate the peptides from the fish. So that was intriguing to me, because they also don't use any chemicals or anything like that in their process to create the powder. And then from that, the powder is what we use and then do our extraction process on it. So we're able to take something that usually you have to take a lot of grams of, that you can take a lot less to get the same results for the GLP-1, GLP-2, GIP. So really, really kind of cool.
Yeah, and I think once we learned how it was focused and all the studies, and they spent a lot of money, you guys, on these facilities, a lot of money, great. But you pay a lot of money when you're building a facility, but you pay a lot of money when you're doing multiple studies. And so the beauty of this, the first thing that I heard that just lit me up was, with GLP-1, first of all, there's a lot of nasty versions of that out there. But to be able to lose fat and retain lean muscle is ginormous. That is a big, big deal. And as time goes on and more people are using these other methods, whether it's injections, some very poor forms of what we're talking about here, these issues are starting to come out, and they're going to continue to come out. And what I love about this is the way you feel. Yes, you can lose fat and you can lose weight,
but there's an energy component.
There's an energy component, the metabolic energy that comes from it.
It's really from the research they found with the iron absorption is where it targets you metabolically to give you energy. I learned the hard way and went back and reread all the research because I took it late at night thinking, well, I want to lose weight at night while I'm sleeping. Why not? Who doesn't? And then I was like, bing, very awake. And I'm like, let me go back. Why would this keep me awake? And then I reread all the research and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So definitely don't take it right before you go to bed.
Well, some do and some don't. Everyone's going to react a little bit differently. But the beauty of this whole thing is we've got 2 patents, a 3rd patent on the way for our extraction. What we do, what we're involved in, they've got theirs. You put those together, it's extremely unique. It works like no other. Your GLP, right? 1, 2, GIP. These are the things that people don't really talk about and address. So we've got something that works amazing. Everyone, even if you don't need to lose fat or lose weight.
It would be for health, just maintaining your gut health and iron absorption. And there's a lot of stuff that goes along with that.
You want to keep that weight off once you've lost.
Well, that's true. If you've already been on like a semaglutide, tirzepatide, any of those other things, and then now you're getting off and then you don't want to gain weight back, this is a really safe, effective way to do that. And then you can monitor it yourself. Some people are good with 4 drops for maintenance, and then others, want to do 10, depending on what they're trying to accomplish.
It's kind of a 5 to 10 drop scenario.
You'll know on energy and lack of appetite.
Yeah. But that's it in a nutshell without diving in any deeper right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sean and Ty. Again, so exciting because not only are the peptides patented, have all of the studies, but then the extraction process is patented. So it's literally impossible without going through your team and their team to create a product like this. It just does not exist. So again, we're so excited to be bringing this out